Want to be happier? How about also growing and thriving? Then, welcome to the Depression Breakthrough Daily Series, the program that gives you the tips, the insights, and the power to overcome the things that are holding you back. Those things that are draining your energy, your hope, and your drive. Now, here's your inspiration coach Diane Ashbridge.
Hello, this is Diane. Thanks for watching and listening to me today. The title of today's episode is, What is the Psychology of Happiness and What is the Secret to Happiness? Understanding the psychology of happiness may give you deeper insights into what makes you happy, or even unhappy. And, the secrets to happiness may give you some ideas on how to improve your own happiness. So then, let's go. A lot has been written about happiness, and from psychology to philosophy, different theories of happiness have focused on issues of satisfaction, contentment, and even spiritual liberation. But happiness is one of the most subjective mental states, and several factors could be at play when a person is truly happy. Whereas anger or fear could be defined with physical reactions and certain behavioral patterns, this is not so for happiness. And, that is how happiness is extremely subjective. For example, one bar of chocolate could make one child happy, whereas another child would want 2 chocolate bars to feel truly happy. So why do we feel happy? Happiness is usually associated with some kind of gain or attainment. When we achieve or attain something, we feel satisfied, and this triggers happiness. The attainment does not have to be material, it could be spiritual. It could even be bodily and physical. For example, as an insomniac person would feel happy after a good night's sleep. So, in defining happiness, we have to locate a specific material, spiritual or physical gain or attainment, and the contentment arising as a result of this attainment. The question would arise, whether it is possible to be happy without any attainment. I would say that it is not possible to be happy without attaining something, and this attainment does not have to be immediate. It could be related to a past achievement. Now, you could say that you do know someone who is always happy, without any specific reason. But, it's only because you have not found out the reason for his happiness. He may be a simple man, with simple needs, such as, happy after a warm bath, or a nice meal. So, that is still because of attainment. Therefore, happiness always involves some attainment, or need fulfillment. However small, or big that is. Psychologists have used several models to explain happiness. They suggest that happiness is attained when our biological, psychological, and sociological needs are met. Or, when there is pleasure. Bodily, for instance, such as engagement in some activity. Another example of this is having relationships or meaning about your purpose in life along with accomplishments. These models suggest that happiness involves something deeper than just our passing pleasures. I would disagree somewhat, and suggest that happiness is extremely subjective. Because, some people may just be happy attaining pleasures, whereas, some others would seek more. So, the level or type of attainment that makes one happy would vary from one person to another. The next level of analysis would be whether happiness could be categorized to generalized, or be a continued state of mind. I would suggest that there cannot be a generalized state of happiness without a specific reason, such as attainment. A seemingly happy person may have accumulated substantial wealth. So again, as we see, a continued state of happiness could also be explained with attainment. But, let's look a little deeper into attainment. Because, it may be the piece that brings happiness much clearer into focus for you. The need fulfillment or attainment that triggers happiness could be biological, such as bodily pleasures, as when we quench our thirst to satisfy physical desires. The attainment could be social, such as when we form relationships and feel happy or simply talk to strangers at a large event. Or even engaged in social activity. Or, the attainment could be spiritual, such as when we seek and even find some kind of spiritual liberation. The attainment or need fulfillment could be psychological, such as when our love needs are fulfilled or when we reach our goals, or fulfill our ambitions. The biological, psychological, social and spiritual aspects of attainment could provide your happiness depending on your most urgent needs. These needs could be interrelated. For example, the need for status or power could be both social and psychological. This is so important for you, that I must summarize and distinguish the factors that could lead to your happiness. 1. Biological, such as bodily pleasures, basic needs. 2. Social, such as status, relationships, social activity and engagement. 3. Psychological, such as emotional, love, friendship, personal accomplishments. 4. Spiritual, such as finding meaning and purpose, transpersonal needs. There could be several reactions to happiness. It could range from smiling to engaging in rigorous physical activity. Because, happiness could mean a sudden surge in energy levels. People who engage in physical activity are more likely to be happy, due to improved blood circulation, and general good health. However, happiness being an extremely subjective emotional state, may require in order to feel genuinely happy, some achievement in terms of long-term goals. Things such as love or marriage, wealth, spiritual nourishment, or professional achievement, could help a person to attain a continued happy state of mind. The people who have a prolonged state of happiness are generally lively, sporty, fun-loving, and optimistic. But could happiness also have something to do with your personality? From a more psychoanalytic point of view, happiness could also be related to desire, sex drive, our energy levels. Sometimes, it even depends on the defense mechanisms that we unconsciously use to vent our frustration, and thus remain happy or calm. Happiness would naturally raise our excitement levels and make us more energetic, and high levels of energy could in turn make us happy. So, this process is cyclical. Several scientific studies have shown that happiness is directly related to our levels of energy. An artist is genuinely happy when he can communicate his ideas through his creativity. A sportsman is genuinely happy when he can channel his desires through sport or rigorous activity. Finally, happiness being a state of mind would be entirely subjective, and would evoke extreme subjective reactions. For instance, someone laughs on hearing a joke, and feel happy about it. And, someone else would be sarcastic, or may not feel the same level of excitement. This is not true for other emotions, such as anger. Because, anger could be explained in terms of physical responses. Happiness, however, usually does not have defined physical responses. Although, there is a general positive feeling of well-being. But after that, the physical responses could vary considerably. From a silent smile to a massive outburst. This ends part 1 of the video. If you like what we do, please subscribe to our channel. The remainder of the video, or part 2, is for our Patreon supporters only. The link to view it is shown in the description box below. You can support us on Patreon with a $10 per month donation. It helps us with the cost of research, development, and program administration. There is no long-term commitment. And since it is a donation, you can cancel anytime. For any reason, or no reason at all. Think about this. For only 33 cents a day, you will then have exclusive daily access to expert knowledge, proven tips, and magnificent tools to help you learn and grow. Making it easier and quicker for you to generate success, build wealth, and be happier. It is such a small investment in yourself, to be the joyous and fulfilled person you know you should be. You deserve this. So, click the Patreon box link right now at top right of this screen or in the description below. Thanks, in advance, for your support.